Joining me now to discuss the latest on the government shutdown is Congressman Michael Cloud, a member of the House Appropriations Committee. He represents the 27th Congressional District of Texas. Congressman Cloud, welcome back to Washington Watch. Thanks so much for joining us.
Well, thank you. Good to be talking with you today, Tony. Day
6 of the government shutdown. The Senate is set to reconvene at 5:30, and so that's in about 15, 20 minutes. And for the fifth time, they're going to be voting on the House's the clean CR that passed out of the House. What are we hearing?
Unfortunately, not too much out of the Senate, and this is all really in Schumer's hands. We've passed it out of the House with bipartisan support. This should be an easy win for the Senate to get this moving so we can continue the discussions as we move forward on the appropriations bills that are designed to fund the government. But for people who they will tout the slogan, people before politics, but this is all about politics. This is legislation that they voted on several times and passed, have encouraged us to support before. And now that the president's in the White House and we're working to keep the funding going so that we can continue our work in Congress, they don't want to see that happen. And so this is unfortunately all about the politics. Some of it might be local when it comes to Schumer. With his district, right, when he's facing, right. But yeah, this isn't about the issues.
But to be fair, some senators on the other side of the aisle have, I guess, seen the light, if you will. We now have 3 members of the Senate from the other side of the aisle that have joined the Republicans in voting for the CR. That's up from 1 at the first vote, but we need 8.
Yes.
I think. Do you think the pressure will build enough that we might see 8 Democrats join?
It's going to get really tough, especially as, I know the thing that's on the concern of so many of us, most Americans go about their work day and aren't involved in the government day to day. This is one of those things where in D.C., a government shutdown seems to be all the news. Most Americans aren't thinking about it every single second. But the one thing it does certainly affect is our men and women in uniform. And as we get close to their payday, hopefully the Senate Dems can see the right thing and move this forward so we can continue our work and make sure that they get paid.
So let's talk about really what's at the heart of this, Congressman Cloud. The Democrats want to continue these subsidies to Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act, which were expanded during COVID. And they were funded with more government money through the rescue plan under Biden, and they're expiring now. But it's going back to what it was prior to COVID.
Exactly. There's a lot of fraud. There's a lot of waste that's gone on to the tune of $40 billion a year. And so a lot of what we've been doing and working on, whether it was in the legislation passed earlier in the year that they're also trying to push back on in this effort that they have going on, or what they're talking about, the current issues with Medicaid. But the issues is that insurance companies have been profiting massively off of the fraud. We need to clean it up. Everything we're working on is to make sure that this doesn't happen. And so you have people who, for example, aren't even getting a premium. You have a lot of people enrolled in Medicaid who don't even know they're enrolled in Medicaid.
You have people making up to $500,000 qualifying under these subsidies for Obamacare.
Well, and they don't even get like a $2 a month premium. So many of them don't even know they're enrolled. And so you had insurance companies running these schemes where they would hire people, or people were getting paid to enroll people. They think they're signing up for a gift card, and instead they're enrolled for Medicaid. Many of them don't even know they're enrolled in Medicaid. And so this is about us getting back to, and this was all supposed to be temporary COVID.
Right, exactly.
What we saw under COVID over 2 years was the government grew about 30% in 2 years. And we were told it was all going to be temporary, right? This is just to help us get through in a pinch.
And there's even more to it. There's even more to it because under Obamacare, unlike the normal appropriations under the labor, HHS and labor funding, there's no Hyde Amendment here. So this money is funding abortion, direct government funding for these health care plans that fund abortion. And that's what the Democrats want $1.5 trillion to do, in part.
Yeah, it's funding abortion. It's funding illegals coming into our country. This is something taxpayers are like, they understand with Medicaid meeting those who are vulnerable, but this is not what the left is trying to do with this. They want this program. As a matter of fact, one of the things we've been working to deal with is the fact that they incentivize the program 7 times more than the vulnerable to get able-bodied single adult males, basically, who have no kids at home, should be in the workforce. They're incentivized 7 times more in many of these states to get those kind of people on the roll, as opposed to the people that the program was designed for. And so anytime we say, we're gonna fix this, we're gonna clean it up, we're gonna get rid of the waste, fraud, and abuse, we're gonna make sure this is tailored to the people who it was designed to, you'll see the left go crazy, because they're all about big government, running as much dollars as we can through that.
We just have about a minute left. Ultimately, the way I see this, Congressman Cloud, is that they don't want to let go of this, because this is their way to take over health care permanently in this country with government.
Exactly. I mean, that's been the role all along. They've destroyed the doctor-patient relationship. Everything has to go through the government or through an insurer right now. And what we've seen is profits for these companies going up, but the results of care and the health of the American people going down. So it hasn't worked. Even if it was the very best intentions, it hasn't worked. Many of us would doubt those intentions, because it's been not about getting Americans more care, it's about getting insurance companies more customers. That's what all the ACA was all about, and this continues to push that dynamic, and that's what they're working to protect.
If not now, when? I think this is a great time to draw the line and say enough is enough. Congressman Michael Cloud, always great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.